Hey, toy fans, I'm here with another one of our reviews. Now, today, you all know at this point, I have an affiliation with the Funwhole slash Lumibricks. It's now Lumibricks. It used to be Funwhole. I love this company. I stand behind pretty much everything I've built. Couple of pieces I'm like, Cowboy Camp I was like okay with, but a lot of the builds I've done I absolutely love. The Midnight Haunted Mansion is extravagant. The Cheese House, absolutely amazing build. The bus stop was an amazing build. There's quite a few of these pieces that are grand. Now, I initially got this particular set because I have a bus stop and I need a bus for my cyber city. Well, let me rephrase that, for my city. In doing the research, I found out, well, I couldn't find a bus that I actually liked that was a building block bus, but I knew Lumibricks had one that was a Cyberpunk or Cyber City future bus. And so I looked at some reviews. I was like, you know what? That might be exactly what I want and need. And so I've been posting some videos. I've had this built for a little bit, but I really enjoy this one quite a bit. I thought it was a fun build. Now, they say 16 up. There's some parts of this that I could definitely say 16 up, but it is a 2-in-1. So this thing morphs. It goes from a driving mode to a flying mode, and we'll talk about that when we look at the actual toy. Now, we of course get our fun hole, and it says fun hole, though we also know it's Lumibricks. But this is their box to get a nice picture of the toy on the front. So 605 pieces. It suggested 16 and up. F9060 is the number for it. And of course, I'll put my affiliate link down the show notes. So if you want to purchase this from me, you can actually use my affiliate link to go to the site and look for it. The commissions help me and help the channel out. It says over here that this is Future Bus. And then, of course, over here we got the Fun Hole, Delight Day and Night. We got legalese is on the back. We got, of course, a picture of the bus as the bus. And this isometric front, isometric back, but nothing in the flying mode. And we'll have to actually look at that. Now, get the box out of the way. Of course, we've got our booklet here. Now, standard booklet. It's got, of course, service card, tells you about Funwhole. We get a picture of the bus here, which is pretty cool. There are some movable pieces and parts which are nice. You do get an inspiration here. So the inspiration: in the fast-paced urban life, time is the most precious resource. Facing the crowded traffic and blocked streets every day, more and more people are beginning to look forward to new possibilities of future travel. We need a dream transportation that can break through reality, but is not impossible to achieve. The future bus was born at night, or is born at the right time. Dual mode intelligent transportation not only has function of conventional land driving, but also breakthroughly integrates air flight technology. The body can easily take off and avoid congested areas through the folding turbine and aerodynamic propulsion system, realizing urban flight and bringing unprecedented travel, freedom, and convenience to passengers. Okay. Design is highly interactive. The front and side doors can easily open and provide convenient access for the driver and passengers. The roof can be quickly removed and the windows can be opened outward, providing passengers with more open visual experience and making every trip more comfortable and enjoyable. So there's quite a bit here. You got push-out windows, you got flip-down wheels, a sliding door, flip-out turbine, and the top does open actually fairly easily. It says, "Are you ready to take the future bus? Come and try it soon." There's some other areas that they're not really like talking about too much, but there's some really good stuff in here. Build wise, pretty basic, not too crazy. I will say that there are quite a few translucent pieces, and one area where a lot of people have been kind of upset is that they're like, hey, it has too many colors. Um, that didn't really bother me too much, to be quite honest. I like it. I think it's got a lot of really cool stuff to it. Lit up, it looks great. I don't know. I happen to like this a lot, and I like the design. But there's some people that just do not like them. Now, it does come with the two standard minifigs, the Lumibricks minifigs. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's get a better view of those, because we've got these. You got the two Cyberpunk minifigs here. You've got, they got technological stuff all over them. I think that's supposed to be skin printing, but you know, it's kind of off because it's skin printing on red. I like his Han Solo hair and his look. He looks like a bus driver without looking too much like a bus driver. I think they're really cool. I dig them quite a bit. I think they're really cool. All right, so with that, you do also build this flight stand, and it's got translucent clear plastic, and you got some smoky plastic here along with black plates. I think those are what, 6x8s? Yeah, I think so. And then you got your bus. Now the bus is the main star here. Okay, so out of the gate, let's look at some of the things that are built. So you've got kind of an exhaust here that can tilt up and turn. You've got sliding doors. So you've got a passenger door that opens and closes. You've got this really cool kind of rock out. Let's see if I can pop it out. Yeah, you got this rock out. They're using droid arms in order to create this pop out thing here. You've got a seat here for your driver. Let's see if I can tilt that up so you can see in. So you can just set him in there. Now, he doesn't suffer from sitting just because the way his seat is made. But inside, you do have some problems. And there are some problems that I personally have with the build that I just felt like could have been reinforced, built a little bit better. I might even look at plate modification, things like that, to make things just a little bit better. But you do have these pop-out turbines, and they do turn, and you've got some green turbines on there, which is pretty cool. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think the green and purple feels a little Jokerish in my opinion, but you know, you do have really good rolling wheels that are on that translucent purple, but then you can fold these underneath it so you can land the bus on top of the wheels, do it like that. You could even go in as far as like put the flight stand on it. Boom. And now you've got your bus taking flight. Now, all in all, it's a cool build. I dig it. Let me get my lady out of the way over here. The back of this does open up, and it's not hinged or anything. But oh no. Oh, there it is. I was about to say, oh no, it's not lighting up, but it is actually lighting up. All right, so of course you've got lights inside. You've got lights in the front. You've got, of course, the cockpit is all lit up. There's some really good lights to this. One area I have a problem with is this. These, oftentimes, if you pull this, push that in, they get stuck. So I think that there should have been something to help with these pieces on the side a little bit more. I've even had these break off, so the canopy tends to fall off. And inside, trying to pose out the handles for him can become problematic because he likes to put his hands up, and I get that. But then when you're trying to push the handles down, you can knock over these consoles really easily. And I think that there should have been something in the place to help that out just a little bit more. But once he's in place, he looks incredible, and you don't have to worry about him rocking anywhere. Now, however, there's a big difference with the interior. Oh, real quick, also on the side, something they don't really talk about, you have storage down there, bag storage. You got a little yellow toolbox, and that actually can store things underneath the build. Now, let's go back to our overhead cam, and let's take a look at the interior here. Okay, so interior-wise, you got some really cool printed pieces. You've got this network television that's all scrambled. You've got a news thing here on the back. You've got a brick that's got a pull that up. It's got like a bad guy identity thing in there. And then you've got this light that falls right into a seat. That can be problematic for our Lumibricks characters because they're not able to sit in that. Now, one of the things, and something that a lot of people don't dislike about the Lumibricks figures, is they don't sit in seats very well because they don't have pegs on their legs on the back, just on the bottom. And then I have thought about, I think I have a design that I'd like to send over to see if they would like to use it. that might allow for a peggable seating position for them. But like I said, I don't want to always do it for free. I want to help out the company, but I've got some ideas in mind that might help them. So this thing does go on and off pretty easily. It's not anything too crazy. And it does allow for, I guess you could keep your person standing inside the bus like this, and that looks good. Now, key areas here, this empty spot in here for the turbines, it's a little off. The fact that our seats here, let's close that. We can do this one. Seats over here, the seats are actually street level, or the windows are leveled to the seat, so it's like that feels a little off as well. But it does house Lego figures really well. Um, it holds the Lumibrick figures really well. I like the overall look of this. I think it's quite a bit of fun. And I think it looks great in diorama stuff. It looks great with the bus stop as well. Like it looks like a solid bus. It looks like a bus. It looks like a future bus. To me, this sells it on every sort of level. Does it have problems? Yes. Too many colors? Quite possibly. I think I'd like this to have been like maybe metallic, but the purple I'm fine with. The Some of the metallic greens and some of the metallics just seem a little too much. But overall, I really enjoyed this build, and I enjoy the figures. I kind of wish we had more of the Cyberpunk figures without having to buy like the real huge sets. And maybe down the road I can get a set or win a set or something that I would put together to put with my city. Because I do like the Cyberpunk theme. I just don't have all the room for it. So yeah, that's the future bus. I'm digging it. As a matter of fact, I dug it so much that I also got the patrol police car, and we'll do a review of that one here pretty soon. So yeah, it's to me it's worth it. Like I said, if you're interested in this at all, the affiliate link is down below. Solid build, definitely 16 up. I'd say younger kids, if you want to work hand in hand with them to help them out, that does help. The light kits do up the ante as far as the build, but the way that they kind of cite in like how to do the build, how to run the wires, everything, pretty good. The company is excellent when it comes to that sort of information. Not too many bags, easy build. I love it. It's a really good set. All right, that's all I got to say about the Lumibricks Future Bus. It's part of their Cyberpunk Neon City series, which I think is absolutely the coolest series. I kind of wish I could afford more of the bigger sets, so honestly, because like they look amazing. They really do. I think there's like 4 sets now that are all modular. They're incredible stuff. But we do need some more vehicles for sure. All right. So all I got to say about the Future Bus. Thank you all for showing up and checking out this review. I appreciate you all. Love you all. Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you can do about it. Good luck with the build and happy brick hunting.